Welcome back, everybody, to Unconditional Surrender. Me, myself, and I play through of the main event scenario. Game is published by GMT Games, designed by Salvatore Vasta. We are getting ready to go into the Western operations phase of October 1944. As a quick recap, the weather is horrible. It is severe in the mild zone, which is just about where everybody is. There's no combats in the other weather zones because there's nobody there. Everything's pretty much centering in on Germany. It's a matter of whether I can weasel out a way for Germany to not lose 20-some or 30-some will points over the next 9 turns or so. From Western standpoint, one of the things that they need to do, try and ease their supply situation a little bit. So they're going to take this bomber. He's going to fly back here, take a sortie. This bomber here is going to take 2 sorties. I've already counted it out. He can reach Dusseldorf and Frankfurt here without German interference. Actually, if I take Frankfurt, that might not be the place to go. So I know I'm not going to take Dusseldorf, so I'll only run 1 sortie there in case I take Frankfurt back, because I am going to assault it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, come on. I think things won't unstack. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And I only have 8 convoys, so 2 guys. So I'm going to go up on my supply because I have to keep them in supply so I can replenish like the airplanes and stuff. And unfortunately, the garrisons right now are in the front lines, so I have to kind of keep them in supply too. So I might run out of the ability to supply all my armies here, which means I'll have to fly some airplanes back. Suppose I could do that now, right? I think I will. I'm going to take the 12th Air Force. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He'll fly back to the bomber. And then I'm going to take the guy in Antwerp, and he's going to fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into London. And take a sortie. And this fighter takes a sortie. And, okay. Now we run this operation. So activate this guy. He moves here. Then we're going to activate this guy, and we're going to activate this guy. Okay, so Pat's going to be the attacker, so he's +1 because he's American. And then I get +1 for this and +1 for this, so I get +2 more. He starts off at a 0 because he's a +2 for German, -2 for garrison. And then I am -1 because I am going against a city. And then we have our die rolls. So the Americans are all, hey, a 2 + 2 is a 4, rounds down to a 2. So it doesn't matter what he rolls, I can't push him out. So he hangs on to that city for this turn, which means I will run this bomber and throw a bomb marker on it. Should I even bother? It'd be +1, +2. -1 would be +1 to +2. That doesn't sound like a very good thing to even bother trying. I do have an interesting attack here, though. So I think I'm going to activate this guy and go. Where am I? Do I even need to do that? 6, 9, 12. 9, 12, 15. Where am I? Let's see, what would this be? I'd be +1, -1, -2. Maybe +1, +2, +3, -2. I'd be +1 to 0. That's not even worth the production points. I'll just save them to reorganize things. I'm not going to do anything else. This would be +1 to +2. It's just not worth it at this point. Nope. That, my friends. I could try to get him to... Nah. I got 2 free bound markers. I'm going to try and reorganize my airplanes a bit. So, yeah, I'm going to say that that's the end of the British turn. They didn't do anything. Americans and the... Oh, no, I spent 2 there. I knew I was going to say. I spent 2 someplace. There it is. I spent 2 there. To try and take Frankfurt, and we failed miserably. So, okay. Yeah, we're done. That was really fast. We're going to try and see if we can't sneak in the Russian turn here as well. Might go a little bit long because I'm doing 2 allies in a row and the end of turn stuff, but let's just see if we can't get there. Because I really don't have that much to do with the Russians either. It's kind of like close up, a couple of obvious attacks, you know, like this one right here. It's 1 + 2 + 3, so -1, so it'll be a +2 to a 0. Maybe I want to switch. No, it's severe, so it doesn't matter. But then I could have a +1 and a +2. Yeah, okay, so we're going to activate this one, and this one, and this one. That's 6. So I'm down to 48. We're going to attack this guy here who's in low supply. So he's +2 for German, then -2 because he's in low supply, so he's a 0. And I'm +1 because I have an elite armored starting this off, and then +1 for each of my buddies. And then -1 because he's in a forest, or a swamp, or something. He's in horrible terrain. Right? Yep, he's in horrible terrain. So, +2 to 0. Let's see if I can get him to take a step loss. If so, then maybe I can wave attack him. +2 to 0. 4 + 2 is a 6, halved to a 3. And then the Germans roll. Oh Lord, a 1 halved 1 is a half up to a 1. And I have a 3. A 3 to a 1 is a DR. So now he is flipped. Because he cannot retreat. And then I'm going to activate this one and this one, which will give me a net of a +1. +1 because this armored unit up here is elite, and then +1 for a buddy. So it's +2, but -1 for the swamp, so it's +1. He is +2 because he's German. Then -2 for low supply, and then -2 for being flipped. So it's +1 to -2. And halved. And the Russians roll. A 1 + 1 is a 2, halved to a 1. Doesn't matter what the Germans roll, they will not be kaputted this turn. Which is good for them. I won't kill it till next turn. And that was 2-4 more. 2-4 more. Okay. Well, hex, yeah, we gotta go there. 1, 2. We'll salt the Panzer. 1. 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 puts me down to 39. Need to save at least 17. Got to flip this guy up, or 19. I have to flip up 2 guys and do my airplanes. So need to stop at 19 with the Russians. Anyway, this is +1 for the guy that's not across the river. He's an elite, and then +1 for each of his buddies. So I'm +3. There's no terrain involved. And the German is +2 because he's German, but no armor bonuses. And the Russians roll a 6 +3 is a 9, halved to 4.5, rounds up to a 5. And the Germans roll a 3 +2 is a 5, halved to 2.5, rounds up to a 3. 5 to a 3 is DR, just barely. So the Russians push the 2nd Panzer back. And they'll take it with the Guards unit. Take the hex. I don't have a whole lot of things I can do here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. Yes, I will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to move this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He can't attack this guy, but he has caused him to be isolated. Which then means that I can bring this guy. And 1, 2, this guy. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. I will double check my numbers here in a minute. But, yeah, that looks like a good attempt here. So I have 2 guys that are attacking. There's +1 for an elite, +1 for a buddy, and then +2 because he's isolated, then -1 for the mountains, and then he's +2 because he's German. So it's a +3 to a +2. A 1 +3 is a 4. Half to a 2. Guess what? I can't do anything to him. Doesn't matter what he rolls. So that didn't work. I did surround him some, but that didn't work the way I wanted it to. I was hoping to get him a step loss besides being surrounded, but oh well. And then here, one, two, three. Boy, oh boy. Well, that was a really dumb move on my part. I should move the 5th tanks there. Then he would have been able to add in. It's so dumb. Trying to get so cute that I took this guy to come around behind him. If I had moved the 5th tanks instead, I could have moved into that space and they could have added +1 to the attack. Not that it would have mattered with what I rolled, but it would have been a better attack. It would have been like a net of +4. It would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 -1. It would have been +4 instead of +3. Still wouldn't have mattered. Or would it have? It would have been 5 halved to 2.5, rounds up to a 3. And he would have had a 1. Yeah, I would have gotten a retreat. I would have gotten a step out of him. But I didn't, so that's the way it goes sometimes. You mentally blank out and don't realize what you have. So we're going to activate all 3 of these. I'm going to play Ring Around the Rosie here. This armored unit's going to go... Oh, stop that. This armored unit's going to go 1, 2, 3. Or does it matter? It doesn't matter. So let's not activate him. So that's 4 more. Let's activate these 2 units. This armored unit and this guy here. This guy goes 1, 2. And then 3, 4, 5. And they're plus 2 to 0. 2, 0. Because he's plus 2 for German, minus 2 for being a garrison. And we'll see what we roll here. 5 plus 2 is a 7. Half to 3.5 rounds up to a 4. And a 3 half to 1.5 rounds up to a 2. So he's forced to retreat, and he cannot. So I killed it. I took out another garrison unit. Yay. Yay me. Took out a garrison. Question is do I want to advance with this armored unit? I think I do. So I'm going to try a silly, desperate attack. I'm going to activate this guy. So I'm down to 28. And we'll go back and count these to make sure I haven't miscounted. This guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 for the unit, 2 for the hex. I start off at +1, and then I am -1 for the terrain. He's Hungarian, he starts off at 0. So let's see what we do. 4 half to a 2, so I can't do anything to him. 6 half to a 3. Oh well. I was hoping to retreat him a space or something. Threaten to be able to run through the middle here in poor weather or something if he doesn't do something about it. And then kind of running out of things that I can move here. I'll move this guy. 1, 2, 3, and activate this guy. So that's +2 to 0. +1 for the elite guards unit and +1 for the shock army. That's 3 more. Wrong card. And after this battle, I'm going to do a quick count. So it's +2 to 0 on this guy here. Second garrison. Russians roll 6 plus 2 is an 8. Halves to a 4. And the Germans roll a 2. Halves to a 1. 4 to a 1 is a retreat, so he backs up a space. I'll take it with the guards. I've got a guards unit that I don't know what to do with. So I guess I'll just sit there. I have a shock army I don't know what to do with. Oh, let's see. Oh, I gotta have the artillery. I could have used that on one of these. Maybe I'll use it down here. That would make me be 0 to 0 against Königsberg. If I could take that, then I could bring down bring the shock army around and plug the hole. Do I want to use the heavy artillery for this, or do I want to wait until I have at least 2 units attacking it? But if I take the risk now and I get through, that would be so nice. I do need to rebuild my other surprise attack marker too. Ah, boy, I have such dilemmas. Such dilemmas. I think I'm going to save it. Oh, there was the strategic movement mark for the Russians. That should have gone away. And there's the shock army. Another shock army I don't know what to do with. He'll get moved up to, say, right about here. Forgot about that for the Russians. And the rest of them are all pretty much in place. I could try to attack the Finn. Because it's only poor up here, right? Only poor in the cold zone. Not very likely I'm going to get fair weather. So if I wanted to, I could throw some tanks. End up at +1 there. Throw tanks here, be +1 against this one. Why don't we do that? I'm going to attack with this infantry. Or do I want to do that? Is it really worth it? I don't think it's worth it at this point. I'm not really worried about the Finns. I'm worried about being able to keep up with all these guys. So I think I'm going to stop here. I have plenty to be able to flip my guys up and my airplanes if I want. I even actually have enough to flip both my guys and get the surprise attack marker on them. I think that's what I'm going to do. So Soviets are done. Quick check of their stuff, make sure they're in supply. Rail here, down the rail here. This guy goes one, or down there. One, down to Lvov, 1, 2 to Lvov, down the line, 2 to Lvov, and these guys all go through Selznick down through Romania and into Kishinev, so yes, everyone is in supply. Yay me. So, no one has a no supply marker on them. Replacements phase Axis. The Axis has 11. Well, I definitely want to get this guy back up to full, because he's just awesome. So that's 2. Now I have 6 guys. I have 6 garrisons that I can build. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6th one in Hamburg. Yeah, so if I spend 6 to build, I can do one more airplane. And bring one more airplane up. Whichever one I do, it's probably going to get hammered. No, let's do this one. Or do I want to make one of my airplanes really good? I'll make one airplane really good. So 3 there. I've got 6 points left. I don't have anybody flipped, right? That I can actually do anything about, because even though he's flipped, I can't do anything with him because he's got a little supply mark on him. So he can't be replaced. I don't have anything else that's technically flipped at the moment. Okay, so that's the German replacements. We go to the West. The West has got British are going to go... Oh, I forgot to do the British supply. I'm sorry, I screwed up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So we're going 4 there. 2 here. So I was taking care of Italy, and then I had let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 10. So I just put 10 sorties on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that keeps everybody in supply. Getting those 2 airplanes out helps a bit on the supply situation. Now I'm at replacements. And so that would mean this guy goes back to 3. This guy goes back to 3. There's an American down here. Oh, that's Brit. Damn it. Where is he? There he is. Step down to 3. American airplane goes down to 2. 3. That's an American. Step down to 2. Okay, then we've got British. Oh, and then here's an American. Here's an American. And here's an American. Okay, and then the Brits are going to spend... They're going to spend 12. And take back their convoys. They're going to let their air sit for a turn. That way I can rebuild my my marker. Surprise attack marker. Okay, so that's West. Soviets are actually going to do the same thing. They're going to go 2 and 4. Yeah, 2 and 4. Where's my... They're there. So it's 2, 4. And now we're at 20. There'll be some rebuilding of stuff. This should be down there. Okay. Then we go into upgrade phase. No Axis, no Western. Soviets can upgrade their last tank army that's sitting outside of Budapest. Will now become the Second Guards tank. Then I have one more upgrade coming like in winter of 45 for a regular infantry unit, but I'm not sure I'm going to need it. Okay, that's upgrade Soviets, mobilization Axis. They have 6 points left, so they're going to mobilize 6 infantry. And they're going to mobilize their 6 garrisons, because those don't lose them will points when they lose them. 1 goes in Hamburg. 1 goes in Stuttgart. It's 2. You put 1 in Vienna. 3. You need to put 1 in Posen. 4. 1 in Breslau. 5. And 1 in Danzig. 6. And that's that. That's mobilization axis. And then the Western build their surprise attack marker to 3/4 to February. And the Russians will build theirs, which will also be in February. Take those points off the track. The British are 2 and the Russians are at 0. And that's mobilization. Nobody's talking because we're all fighting. Haven't conquered the Germans yet, so the game isn't over. End of turn phase. Okay. Now the Germans get back some submarines. They get a ground support. They get ground support. Two ground supports. And they get a panzer to build. So now they have another SS Panzer to build, if they have enough points to do it next turn. And on the Allied side, they get a surprise attack marker. Russians get a heavy artillery. The Russians now have 3 heavy artilleries. And the Allies get another Ultra. We move this to November. So, that is the Western and Soviet operations phases of October 1944 and the end of turn stuff. I'm not sure if I went over, probably did. But I'm Dren608. If you like my videos, please subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. And when we return, we will go into November with the current weather rules. That means it'll be fair or poor in November in the Mediterranean and in the mild zone, which is where just about all the combats are now. It's all pretty much the mild zone, except for Finland. So, we will see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.